Good morning, pals. Welcome to day 36 of 100 days, 100 miles on a $100 treadmill. I'm Tanya. That's my cat, Crookshanks. There's my other cat, Jimmy. They are very excited about getting this started today. They're probably going to sleep through most of it, or not. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's take a walk. Okay, pals, let's get this started. Here's the countdown. Come on, everybody, here we go. And let's ramp it up. Welcome back, day 36. Finally starting to actually feel like I'm hitting my stride here with this vlogging thing. It was, I do a lot of reflecting on how things were in the beginning and how things are today. And it feels like it's starting to become routine for me. I feel like I'm having a much easier time talking to you guys about stuff. I feel like there's interest in what I'm doing, so it makes me more interested in being, I guess a little more prepared when I start to talk to you guys, and I'm getting some things figured out with editing that when I look back at my video, it makes me feel like I'm doing something that is, that I would be interested to watch. And that's really all I have kind of to go on as far as making these videos, because all I know is what I like to watch. And so that's what I'm trying to put together here for you. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Looks like you guys are. It's really exciting when I go to upload my videos and I see that, I've got some new subscribers and I've got people engaging with, liking and subscribing and leaving comments and it's not just my family and people I know anymore. So that's really pretty exciting for me. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I hope you keep on keeping on with me, because we've got 60 something more days of doing this. I know we're getting close to that 60 days to go mark, because Disney keeps sending me information on my upcoming trip, and I will be able to start making reservations for dining and for shows and things like that. You can start making those reservations 60 days in advance. So I'm getting excited that I'm coming close to that time frame. Speaking of which, we're going to take a look at something that I just figured out last night. And we're going to take a look at that in just a second. All right, we're back. And we're back. I realized that as I was trying to talk, my lips were sticking together, and it's because I forgot to put my sparkly lip balm on today. And today we're going to open the Disneyland Resort, the Disney Go website rather than the Disneyland app. So that's that second one I have down there. And what I'm going to do is that Chris and I started talking last night about how much we enjoyed doing the 70th anniversary tour when we were there this last time, and maybe if there's a special tour we would like to do this time. We've talked about doing VIP tours, and of course that's a little bit out of our budget at the moment. Maybe someday when the channel starts doing great, we'll take you guys on a a special trip or something and do a VIP tour. So from that landing page on the Disneyland Resort webpage, I'm going to click the top 3 lines, and that opens up another menu. And we see tickets and parks, places to stay, and things to do. We're going to actually click on things to do and expand that menu. And we're going to go down. It says make reservations, my dining reservations, character dining, all dining, Disney Genie service, Magic Band Plus experiences, attractions and entertainment, character experiences, Crown Collection, VIP tours, and where we want to go today, which is events and tours. We're going to click that. We're just going to look at what special events and tours are happening. This is where you can see what seasonal events are happening, that there's the Anaheim Ducks Day is coming up, Celebrate Soulfully. It will take you to some merchandise, tell you about the Food and Wine Festival, the After Dark experiences. And here's where we wanted to be. This is what we thought about, the Disneyland Railroad Guided Tour. So I knew that this was going to be coming back sometime in January. I just didn't know when, and it was yesterday when Chris and I started talking about this. So there is a Disneyland Railroad Guided Tour. We did the 70th anniversary tour this last time we were there, and we both really enjoyed it. It's you have someone who works for the parks as a tour guide. They're excited about what they're telling you. You get to ask questions, and you get a lot of like insider or special backstage kind of information about whatever particular tour you're going on. So the 70th anniversary one was catered to Walt's vision of what the park was going to be. And so that was really cool. So we thought about doing the Disneyland Railroad Tour. We can read about what it offers. So this is a 90-minute tour. You get a sweet treat to steam power on your journey through Disneyland Park. You get to walk through the park listening to stories about where the idea behind Walt's train creations first started, understand the impact of trains, and then you get to take a special ride in the Lily Bell, which is the presidential car. So it's a car on one of the Disneyland trains that is not open to the public. So it's special. It's called the Lily Bell after Walt's wife. You get the special Grand Circle tour in the Lily Bell. You get to meet a train engineer and enjoy a special keepsake and a lightning lane entry. So we enjoyed the first one so much that we thought, sure, let's go ahead and take a look at making one of these happen for us. So we just click what's available. And then we're going to, I'm also going to show you this real quick, where at the top here, it shows you a quick breakdown of what you're doing. You need a valid park ticket and reservation for that same day. So again, this is another thing that would be in addition to your regular park admission. And that Disney Visa card members are $123 rather than $145. So that makes it a little bit sweeter for me because I would get a discount for using my Disney Visa, which I love because not only do I get a discounted price on this tour, I also get the Disney dollar reward for buying it. I'm a sucker. I do Disney math all the time. I'm like, ooh, spend more money to save money? Sounds like a perfect idea. So if we look, we can go all the way out to, again, we can only go 60 days in advance at the moment. So let's just go ahead and look at what is available on March 9th for 2 guests. And just like we've done before when we've looked at booking reservations for restaurants and things, you can go through all of this stuff as long as you don't click the pay now button at the very end. You're not making an actual reservation yet. So we've selected our date, we've selected the number of guests, and then we can select morning or afternoon. Let's just say we'll go at 9 a.m. So it shows me what my total would be for that day with my Disney Visa member account applied, or discount applied. And this is where I'm not going to hit continue because that's where it would take me to the screen of actually paying for this. So I just wanted to take you guys through that real quick, just to show you that is now available again. Well, with that covered, let's go ahead and take a look at the next step we've taken in those Valentine ears. All right, let's go ahead and get working on the ears for today. So you'll see that I found some patches online that I thought were pretty cute. And I've got out some embroidery thread, so it's a little bit thicker. So it's a little bit thicker to be able to sew the bow on. And we've got some sparkles and some pearls to decorate the bow with. So the first things first, I am going to go ahead and get the bow attached. Okay, so I'm going to just threaded my needle to use the embroidery thread to put this bow back on. So I'm just going to use my eyeballs to center that. And let's see, I need to push this down around to the bottom so that it's not showing when we sew it on. And that's basically the part we're going to sew on. So I do need to make sure I've got the front facing. I can't even tell with my sewing job anymore. I think this is the front because the sequins go over the edge a little bit more. So I'm going to sew the bow on with that piece that we sewed on yesterday. I'm going to sew that down first because then I'm going to use the bow itself to cover it up. The embroidery thread is a little bit hard to get through the material here. Get that started. And we'll eyeball the center again. And so the original bow was just sewn down with like two passes through the bow. So that's about all I'm going to give it as well. These sequins want to grab everything. Just passing straight up through the center of the bow of the bow tie. Again, leaving that tail because I'm going to come back and tie off to that. Through the fabric on the headband and up through the tie one more time. And the thread is thick, so it's taking a little bit of doing to get through here. And so you'll see the bow is just kind of flopping off the front at the moment, but that's okay. That's what we want. Because now we're going to do a little bit of a fiddly bit. So we've got the bow is attached to the headband. And what I'm going to do is a little bit of a fiddly thing. To get the bow to sit up. Make sure I've got that tacked down real good. And now what I'm going to do is sew this bit that I've just sewn down. If I can get that in frame, I'm going to sew this bit to this bit, so that will make this sit down together like that. I'm going through all of the pieces. So through the back part of the bow, through that part that we sewed onto the headband, and then catching a bit of the headband again as well. And we're just going back the same way we came, so that when we get back to this tail, we can tie everything off. And just pulling that, I always say just, as if this isn't difficult at all. All you're doing is just sewing through these things and pulling this down. So through all of those pieces one more time. If I can get a good grip on this needle. Sometimes you just need a pair of pliers. All right, and then we're just gonna give a good pull on all of our tails so that it is now seated down on there well. And tie an overhand knot. And clip close. This is the real reason that we use thread that is as close to the color of what we're doing as we can, because then it virtually disappears. So now our bow is attached. It's still a little floppy. So I may go ahead and just do another pass with regular thinner thread, just to get that to lay down the way I want it to. I'm going to start from the inside of the bow strap. That way I can hide that knot even better. And I'm just going back a little bit farther to tack down this bow. Just a little bit more. And back through here so that when I tie this knot, it will go inside of that and hold everything tight. And do several overhand knots to keep everything where you want it to be. And snip close to that knot. And now you can see where that is tacked down quite a bit more back there. And the bow is not nearly as floppy now. All right, we just did some quick time and slowed back down so we could get that mile, catch that mile. And there it is. Good job, pals. All right, there we go. Day 36 in the bag. All right, so good job today, pals. And thanks for joining me again on 100 Days, 100 Miles on a $100 treadmill. I'm Tanya. These are my ears. Those are my Jungle Cruise inspired ears. And yeah, we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Bye, pals. He's a good boy.